A very good morning to all of you. Welcome to today's discussion. In this class, we'll be studying about trees data structure. So that is nothing but the very first non-linear data structure what we are going to study. That is the very first non-linear data structure what we are going to study. So if you look at the broad categorization of the data structures, so they have been categorized into two main parts: the linear data structures and non-linear data structures. So in the category of linear data structures, we have studied already arrays, linked list, and queues, as well as stack. So these many data structures we have already studied, which are coming in the category of linear data structures. Why they are called as linear? Because their appearance is in the linear fashion. So they are called as linear data structures. When we consider the category of non-linear data structures, so when we consider the category of non-linear data structures, uh, they are there are two in that one, that is graphs and trees. That is, trees and graphs are the examples for non-linear data structure. That is, if you classify the data structures in the broad classification, there are two things. First one was non-linear, and then it is linear. In linear, we have studied about arrays, stack, linked list, and what is one more, queue. So these we have studied. Whereas in case of non-linear, these are the data structure what we're going to study. So the very first data structure what we study in detail is tree data structure. Tree data structure we're going to discuss in this class. Okay, now first this is what already I have told. There are the broad classification in which we have tree as the very first non-linear data structure. Now let us see the very basic definition of the tree data structure. This is what is definition of the tree. So what basically is a tree? So before we go for the definition of a tree, so let us compare the tree in the real life examples. So in the real day-to-day life, we'll be having a tree which has a root at the bottom. Then probably it will be having a stem, right? Then it will be having some branches, set of branches, and those branches in turn may have some sub branches. This is what we have been knowing about the tree data structures. Then somewhere at the end they will be having leaves. So these are the leaves of the tree. These are the leaves of the tree. So what basically we have in our day-to-day life, we can see that this is the root of the tree data structure, and this is stem, and these are branches, and these are leaves. Right. So this is what we are simulating in case of data structures, but it will be in reverse way. Root will come at the top in case of data structures. Root will come at the top. Root will come at the top. So with this fundamental knowledge, now let us define the tree data structure. Let us define the tree data structure. That means how we have to assume here is everything will be reverse. That is, tree grows from root to leaf nodes. It will grow in the reverse direction in case of data structures. Now let us see the definition. So it will be easy to understand the definition now. A tree is defined as a set of elements or collection of nodes. Tree is defined as collection of nodes. That means it is going to contain some set of nodes, such that what is present in each and every node. Now the first thing is, one of the node present at the top of the tree is called as a root node. There is a topmost node which is present for the entire tree. For the entire tree, one node is there which is present at the top, and that particular node is called as a root node. That particular node is called as a root node. So for this diagram, this is what is root node. This is one sample tree which is given. That is what is root node. Then Coming to second part, second half of the definition. What second part says? All the remaining elements of this tree, or the remaining elements are divided into, or they have been partitioned into multiple subtrees present below the root node. So they are again partitioned into multiple subtrees. Now if you can see here, the branch, this is one branch which has been again partitioned into one more smaller branch, and that smaller branch in turn can have one more smaller branch, and ultimately at the end the leaf will be there. And we know that beyond the leaf the tree will not grow. Beyond the leaf the tree will not grow, and that assumption is being made here. Beyond the leaf nodes the tree will not grow. So all the remaining nodes are partitioned into multiple subtrees. That means for this node A, this is one subtree and this is other subtree. This is subtree 1 and subtree 2. Because all the remaining nodes, if you look at this tree, how many nodes are there in this one? A, B, C, 10 nodes are there. So there are 10 nodes in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 nodes in this one. And other than the root node, the remaining all nodes are partitioned into, or they have been divided into multiple subtrees. In this case, how many subtrees are there? Only two subtrees are there. Subtree 1 and subtree 2. So it is possible that the trees can have multiple branches also. For example, if A is something like this, then it can have multiple subtrees A, B, C, then D. Now in this case, A is having how many subtrees? Three subtrees. Subtree 1, subtree 2 and subtree 3. So that is what is the definition. What definition says? It is a collection of nodes where there is one single node which is present at top of the entire tree, and that is called as a root node. And the remaining all the elements or remaining all the nodes are divided into subtrees. Based on the type of tree, the subtrees can vary. The subtrees can vary. In this particular example, there are two subtrees, subtree 1 and subtree 2. Further, those subtrees are also called as individual trees. For example, if you consider only this subtree, then this is also one tree. And when you consider this tree, B becomes root for that. B becomes root for this subtree, and in turn it is having two subtrees. It in turn is having two subtrees because it's like one big branch having two smaller branches. So there are two smaller branches in this particular tree. There are two smaller branches in this particular tree. Now, if you consider those individual trees again, if you consider those individual trees again, say for example, this is one individual tree. So this tree, if you consider D as a root node here, then this is having only one subtree. If you consider E as a root node here, then it is having how many subtrees? Three subtrees. It is having three subtrees. That is what is the notion. If you consider this as one if you consider this as individual root, then it has one subtree. So that is recursively it is being defined. So this shows the recursive nature of the tree, and the better data structure for the better method for implementation is recursive fashion. And the data structure what we use for implementing tree is stack, because it involves recursion, and recursively the tree is growing. Recursively the tree is growing. So as I said, we will be using terms, any terms we can use for representation, but basically they are referring T as simple tree. That is, some notion is given for identifying the tree. And as I said, it's containing 10 nodes, and A is the root node. So A is the root node for this entire tree. And the node A contains two subtrees. It is containing two subtrees. This is subtree 1 and subtree 2. The left subtree starts at B, the left subtree starts at B, and the right subtree starts at C. Right? So these are the two subtrees for A. That is, B is what? It is left subtree. It is called as left subtree of the A. and C is called as right subtree. C is called as right subtree of A. And both subtrees are further divided, or they may contain further subtrees below them. And what it indicates, as I said, it is going to indicate the recursive nature of the tree data structure. Recursive nature of the tree data structure. So this is what is fundamental definition of the tree data structure. Now let us see the different terminologies or definitions what we use while studying the tree data structure. The very first notion is the root node. So as I said, root node, for every tree we will be having one root node, and the node which is present at the top of the tree is called as the root node. The node which is present at the top of the tree is called as a root node. So before that root node, let us see what actually is a node. What actually is a node? So what node says, it is just a data element present in the tree. So that is called as a root node. That is one single data element present in the tree is called as a root node. It's going to represent one some data part. It's going to represent some data part. So it is called as a node. So for example, all these are nodes, A, B, C, D, all are nodes in this particular tree. If we consider this tree, it is containing 10 nodes. What are those nodes? A is also one node, B is one node, E is one node, J is one node, all are nodes. These are examples for the nodes. Now let us see next root. What is root? As I said, it is the topmost node in the tree. So for this tree, for our example tree, what is the root node? Yes, A is the root node. So A is the root node for our tree. Next, parent. Because in this tree we will be having parent-child relationship. So parent means a node that is having at least one children, at least one child. Then it is called as a parent. A node that has one or more child nodes present below it is called as a parent node. For example, B is a parent node for D and E. For example, if you consider this, B is parent for D and E. This B is parent for D and E. Similarly, D and E are children of B. That is understood. So one more example for children. B and C are children of A, or G is a child of D, and D is parent of G. That's it. That is how the node which is present at the top will be parent for the nodes below them. That's it. Immediately following. Now, when you consider this scenario, E becomes parent. Then these are all child. Child 1, child 2, child 3. So basically, children of E are H, I, and J. Next, children of D is J. So G is a child for D, and D is parent for G. That's it. Now it is relationship is involved only in the immediate level, that is from present level to immediate previous level. So we will not use the terminology here like this, like if J is if E is a parent of J, then you cannot consider B as a grandparent of J. It is not allowed. So what is allowed here? E is parent of J. As per this diagram, E is parent of J. Right? E is parent of J. Yes. Another one is B is parent of E. We are talking about this line. This line. We are talking about this line. E is parent of J and B is parent of E. It doesn't indicate that B is a grandparent of J. So then it is not true. We will not use term called grandparent. So you should not use that. It is not true that B is grandparent. B is grandparent of J. So that is not true. It is not allowed. Only up to one level we will talk. So now we have understood what is parent and what is child also. Your child is also a leaf node. So leaf node is nothing but it is a terminal node that is not having any of the children. Because beyond the leaf node, the tree will not grow. So in our example diagram, the leaf nodes are, that is all the nodes which are not having any of the children, they are called as leaf nodes. So for example, G in this in our example, G is a leaf node, H is also a leaf node, J is also a leaf node, I is also a leaf node, F is also a leaf node. All are leaf nodes. Why? Because they are not having any of the children. So they are the nodes which are not having any of the children. So they are called as leaf nodes. A node which is not having any of the children, a node which is not having any of the children is called as a leaf node. Okay, next definition is internal node. So opposite to this is internal node. So what it says, all nodes except root and leaf node, they are all called as internal nodes. All nodes except root and leaf, they are called as internal nodes. For example, except this and this, all these nodes are what? They are called as internal nodes. They are called as internal nodes. The nodes except root node, that is A, and leaf nodes. What are the leaf? Sorry, we have to take one more, this one. F also you have to consider, because this F is also leaf node. So all the nodes other than the root node and the leaf node, so they are all called as internal nodes. So in our example tree, the internal nodes are B, C, D, and E. This B, C, D, and E are internal nodes. Okay. So because these terminologies we will be using later in the implementation, they will be helpful. So you should understand the meaning of each and everything. What? Because we will be referring to those terms during our discussions. Okay, leaf is over, internal is over. Then siblings. So as we use siblings in our day-to-day lives, the children of same parent are called as a sibling. So same terminology we use here. What is that? All the children or child nodes of the parent node of the same parent, they are called as sibling. For example, D and E are siblings of each other. For example, D and E are siblings. So why they are siblings? For D and E, they have same parent. What is that? B is the parent. So they are called as siblings. One more example could be H, I, and J are the siblings. Why they are siblings? Because they are having the same parent called E. So another example for sibling is H, I, and J are siblings. They are siblings. Why? Because as they have same parent E. As they have same parent E. So H, I, and J are all siblings. So another example could be sibling. For sibling, can anyone tell? Is there any other possibilities of siblings in this tree? Can someone respond? Is there any possibility of having? Yes.
B and C, sir.
Yes. B and C are also siblings. B and C are also siblings. Why? Because these two are belonging to same parent called A. Same parent called A. Right? So this is what is notion of the sibling. Right? So let us come to the next possible definition. What is a degree? So what degree indicates? The degree of a node is the number of subtrees that it is having. That is, number of outgoing branches is called as degree of that node. For example, degree of root node is A because it is having two subtrees. Degree indicates the number of subtrees that each and every node is having. The number of subtrees that each and every node is having, that is called as degree. For example, degree of A is what? 2. Why? Degree of A is 2. Why? Because it is having two children. A has two children, that is two subtrees, B and C. Similarly, degree of degree of C is what? 1, because it is having only one child. Next, degree of E is what? Degree of E. Degree of E is what? 3, because it is having three subtrees. 1, 2, 3. Degree of E is 3. Then degree of B. Degree of B is what? Degree of B is 2. Then degree of G. Can anyone tell what will be degree of G? Degree of G and H, I and J. What are the degree of these nodes? And F. What are the degrees of these nodes? Yes.
Sir, 0.
Yes. The degree of those nodes will be 0. Why they are 0? Because they are not having any children. So in other words, degree of leaf nodes is always 0. What are these nodes? All these are leaf nodes. All these are leaf nodes. And in other words, we can call it like this: degree of leaf nodes is always 0. Degree of leaf nodes is always 0. Why? Because they will not have any children. Coming to next definition, level. So what is level? All the nodes in a tree are present at some level starting from 0, where at 0th level root will be starting. Then the remaining children are following the next level and so on. That is, all the trees are present at different levels, starting root at the 0th level. So that is what is the level of tree. There is levels of the nodes. All the nodes are having some levels and starting from the 0. That is, level of root node is always 0. Right? So this root node is present at level 0, not 1. Will start at level 0. Then level of, for better understanding, I'll write like this. Level, they are present at level 1. B and C are present at level 1. It will go on increasing. Then D, E, F are present at level 1. It is level 2. Then G, H, I, J are present at level 3. So that is what is level. So level will always start from 0 and the root will be present at the level 0. So that is what is the definition of the level. G, H, I, J are present at level 3. So I will given one example here, what I have explained. Okay, depth or height of a tree. So what is depth or height of a tree? It is the maximum level of a node in the tree is called as depth of a tree. That is maximum level. What is the maximum possible level of a node in the tree? So then that is called as a depth of a tree. For example, depth of this given tree T is 3. So why it is 3? Because its maximum level is 3. Its maximum level is 3. So depth is 3. Depth is 3. That means up to 3 levels we are going. But in fact, the depth is 4 here. It is not exactly 3. Because at least it is considered as level 0 is considered as depth 1. Level 1 is considered as depth 2. Level 2 as depth 3. Level 3 as depth 4. But what it is being assumed here is the maximum level is considered as depth of the tree. So what is maximum level in this case? So actually this is the fact, but let us not consider this. During the implementation we shall see that. That is, depth of this entire tree is what? 3. Why? Because the maximum possible level is 3. Depth. So another definition what we use is path. So what is path? It is just a sequence of nodes what we follow from the source node to any other destination node. That is sequence of what nodes what we traverse to reach one node from other node. then that is called as a path. For example, ABEJ is one path. ABEJ is one path. That is A to B, B to E, and E to J is one path. So path is what? A, B, E, and J. So what basically a path indicates? The sequence of nodes which will be followed from one source to one destination, that is called as path. So this is one possible path in the tree. So another possible path could be A, B, D, G. So any possible path you can traverse. Another path could be A, C, F. Another path could be E, H. So this is also one path. And in which what is the source node? E is the source and H is the destination. So that is one definition for the path. It is a sequence of nodes from. Okay, one second. I told it wrong. This is not. This cannot be path. Sorry. This cannot be path because it must start from the source node. I'm sorry for that. Always the path should start from the source node. And another possible path could be ACF. ACF already we have taken. I think all possibilities are over. Another possibility is there ABEI. So ABEI and ABEJ. So whatever path you, whatever sequence of nodes you follow from source node to the any other node, then that becomes a path. That is sequence of nodes which you follow from source node till the destination node. Okay, this about, I don't think the path definition whatever I told was right, because I'll confirm it and let you know. But I feel path can be from any node to any other node. It need not be from the root node, because here the definition says it is the source node. It need not be root node. So path can be anything. So it need not be from the root node. Just you are following from one place to another place. So that is called as a path. So it need not be source node. It need not be root node. From any given source to any other destination, you follow one path. This is one path. This is one path. So these are different examples for the path. And A, B, D, H. This is also one path. C to F is also one path. Okay, and these different types of trees we shall see in the next class.